Hey, I'm Alex Radcliffe from Board Game Co. And this is going to be a playthrough of Memory 1.1 from Assassin's Creed. This is a game that I have been extensively going through. I finally got the rules out, I unboxed it a while ago. I finally got the rules out, dived into it. This past weekend I spent 6 to 8 hours playing through a whole bunch of it, and now I wanted to go through and give you a playthrough of, well, basically once you encounter the full rules. One of the things I like about Assassin's Creed, which they've done in Triton Nora has done in V-Commandos, they've done in Assassin's Creed as well, is the idea that they slowly but surely ease you into the gameplay, giving you a scenario with some rules, and then a scenario with more rules, and more rules, and more rules across 4 intro scenarios. I love it. But I wanted to give you the first full game, and I'm specifically doing this with mostly no spoilers. I'll get into the mostly, well, we'll cover the mostly short enough, but effectively, the tower and the location of the things that the tower reveals, that is going to be the only thing spoilers here. I'm not covering story, and nothing changes or impactful, or there's no sudden twists and turns and hidden things, as some memories do have. So this is my first full playthrough, of the full scenario. I will not be doing a review in this particular video, although the fact that I spent 6 to 8 hours on a single day playing it solo might tell you something. But we'll go into it, and there will be a review coming soon. I just want to get a little bit further into the campaign myself before I do so. And starting off, the general overview over here is that I'm going to be trying to accomplish 2 objectives and then retreating to a fast travel station. My 2 assassins started over here. I'm playing a solo game, which means I have to play at the minimum of 2 assassins. They're going to be over here, starting over there, and they have to make their way to both of these objectives in either order of my choice to cash in the objectives and then retreat to a fast travel station again on the way out. Ideally with both people surviving, but you need a minimum of 1 person to successfully retreat. The other one could be captured or killed or any of that stuff. Captured, I think, is the technical term. But either way, let's go ahead and dig into it. I will explain things as I go. This is basically using the V-Commandos system, but with enough changes that it very much is a different game. And so let's go ahead and start. And starting off, the first thing you do every round is you're going to reveal an event. So I'm going to go ahead and reveal this event. And we have Lookout. Immediately add 1 crossman to the top of the tower. After climbing to the tower, you'll need to spend 1 more action cube to eliminate him before synchronizing. Then return his miniature to the enemy reserve. So, apparently we got someone on top of the tower. I am specifically not using the gigantic 3D tower that you can see over my head over there, because I tried it. I don't like it. It's a cool tower. It blocks my view of the board and gameplay above everything. And so, let's go ahead and continue moving. So that's our event. That also indicates that the enemies are moving west this turn, at least as far as they can. This enemy over here will not be able to move west because there's a wall, similar to that one, and he's stuck in the tower. The new enemies that spawn from D over there, and perhaps, well, D is the only one that's going to move, so the only thing we have to worry about is enemies over here, and then moving here. So, let's go ahead and start this off. I think we're going to go ahead and have Claudio go 1-2 with 2 action cubes, and then use his 3rd action cube to effectively save an action cube, prepping for the rounds. You can always use an action cube to save one for the future, effectively giving up 1 action now, but to have 4 action cubes the turn I really need it. That's Claudio over there. From there we're going to have Alessandra. Alessandra's going to go ahead and move up on the tower. Alessandra could go ahead and go 1-2 and then hide in here, which I guess makes sense. We're going to go ahead and hide in there, which costs 0 action cubes. And again, similarly, we're going to spend our 3rd action cube, reserving 1 for the future. And that is a fairly boring, but fairly standard first turn. Enemy spawns. We're going to go ahead and do enemy spawns. We are currently on the green state, no alarm, which means we're spawning 2 crossbowmen. Here we got to put that one over there, wrong pile. 2 crossbowmen on A and C. A is going to be over here, C is over here, and then one of these agile guards over here on B. And that is what we currently spawn. You want to be careful of triggering that alarm, because you can see over here, we went from 3 people generated to 6 once you generate that alarm. That alarm is going to be, it's going to be something that starts you running away from bad things happening, and bad things will happen in these games. Okay, we got action turn number 2. Now, we do have 2 crossbowmen there. That does, unfortunately, I'm not thrilled with that plan. Place a miniature on a nearby square. During this turn, perform action attacks with 2 dice less, but always roll at least 1. I could use the courtesan, but it will make it harder. I think I'm going to go ahead and risk it. I'm not a fan of this. I'm not a fan of the fact that I'm risking detection on that square already, but I think I probably should have stayed together. But either way, okay. We have this person over here. We have someone on B. I really don't like the degree of what's happening here. So we're going to go ahead and move this person. They're going to leave this token alone to go to the tower. We're going to go 1, 2, 3 over there. We unfortunately, events. Let's forget the event part. So, an event. We have cover up. During this turn, each time you search after hiding +1 bodies, ignore any investigation cards and draw 1 new equipment card to replace it. That is interesting. And we have people moving north which is fine with me. So we're going to go ahead and go 1, 2, 3 like I planned. We're going to start heading towards the tower. She's a little bit more aggressive. She can start dealing with people once they are in our faces, but for right now, it is what it is. And we're going to go ahead and move Claudio into here, and we are really hoping that we do not get a bad result. So we're going to go ahead and put this over here and roll for this, and beautiful. Excellent. Okay, the reason I say beautiful, excellent is because Claudio currently has, and to give some context here, this symbol means we would be discovered if we currently were on red alert, which we are not. This symbol means we are discovered. But Claudio has a card that for 0 action cubes, after each guard detection where only 1 die would make you exposed, ignore it and roll the die again. And perfect, we are not exposed. Okay, so that's there. We had a decent chance of not being exposed there, but we went with it. And now Claudio is over there, 1 action cube spent. He's going to use his turn. Once per turn, if you are incognito, use your hidden blade for 0. So for 0 actions, we're going to go ahead and use my hidden blade to kill that guard. And then we're going to go ahead and use an actual action to use my hidden blade and kill this guard. And then because searching this turn is more useful, I think arguably I wouldn't have any investigation cards that could be useful. But I think, decisions. I could instead do a courtesan. I don't think I want to. I think I'm going to go ahead and use my last action to pick this token up. We'll deal with searching. I'm doing it. I'm taking this token. So we got 1 objective done over there. That's going to be their turn, and this character already moved over here. Nothing changed there, so we did all that, which means we are done with that. Time to move to the enemy spawning phase. Enemies moving north is not scary to me, but let's go ahead and do so. So we have a crossbowman on A. That crossbowman automatically, as soon as it enters a square with him, that's going to trigger a roll. So we're going to go ahead and roll over here, and nothing. Perfect. We are safe. We're going to have a crossbowman on B. B is going to be over here, so that's the square is filling up, and we have a crossman on D, and then we're going to go ahead and move everyone north, everyone who's not guarding an objective. These 3 people are currently guarding an objective, and so they will not move. This person will move here, and this person will move here. That is what we have going on there, which brings us to the next event phase. Call. Doing the assassin phase, if one assassin spends a cube, they call a companion to create a diversion. Doing the enemy movement step, choose the direction, north, south, east, or west, which guards will move, except those nearby +1 who must move towards it as usual. Basically, guards have an AI system where if they see someone, or if there's something suspicious is going on, they will pursue that first. Otherwise, they move in the direction of the directional arrow, which in this case is going to be north again. So, we have him over there, who's currently still secretly hidden. So we're going to go ahead and take Claudio first. Now, it's worth noting you can go back and forth between your assassins as you want. I just haven't needed to, but you could have one spending 1 action, then another spending another action. Claudio is going to go ahead and execute a hidden blade attack over there. And then we're going to go ahead and search all the bodies. We're going to spend 1 action cube to search all the bodies, 1 at a time. Fortunately, there are no assassins, there are no crossbowmen nearby. I say that because the investigation card would pull nearby crossbowmen into my square. So we're going to go ahead and draw this. We have Courtesan. We have another Courtesan card that could be helpful. We only actually have 1 Courtesan miniature, but it could be helpful for the future. Cards and equipment do stay round to round. We have a Smoke Bomb. That could be very helpful. We can only hold 5 cards though, so 1 more card before we see what happens, although maybe it's going to be the throwing knives. And then we have Town Crier. Ooh, that's very useful. The Town Crier will allow us to spend an action to basically reset the alarm down to nothing if there are no exposed assassins. So that's going to be my 3 actions, 3 search actions, and then these 3 miniatures leave the map. And then we have 1 more action, remembering that people are moving north this turn, so we're not particularly worried. You know what? We're going to hold off his last action, and we're going to go 1, 2, and then I think we're going to climb to the top of the tower and exterminate the assassin all in 1 shot using my 4 tokens. So we're going to go ahead and go up there. Crossman is dead, and that is a useful turn for Alessandra. And then Claudio. Claudio feels like he probably should head this way to start dealing with this area. He has a higher chance of not being revealed. Plus, he has a whole bunch of stuff going on right now. So I think we're going to go ahead and do that. So we're going to move over there like so. We could, although alternatively, we could have used a token to ensure that we decide which way people move this round. So I think Claudio's actually going to stay here, and he's going to spend 1 action to ensure that we're going to create a distraction, and people are instead going to move west this turn. Do I care? north. We're going to east. We're moving people east this round, okay? We're moving people east. I'll explain my logic soon enough. It's going to come down to the equipment I have. From there, we're going to go ahead and generate the people that spawn, because we've taken our actions. We're going to spawn some units, and we're going to go ahead and spawn 2 units in A. That is slightly problematic. I did not anticipate 2 units spawning in A. That is going to be a bit tricky, and you'll see why in a second. And then we're going to go ahead and put this on C. The reason that's tricky is because that means, once again, we are going to be rolling 2 dice. 2 dice is a slightly higher chance of being beautiful. Could not be happier with that result. That's basically no one seeing us at all. And that means Claudio can go ahead and have some fun assassinating more baddies. We assume they're baddies. They actually probably go home to the wife and kids after a hard day's work, except some of them aren't going home at all. Well, that was dark. So, let's draw a new card. Oh, before we do, we already created a diversion, so we decided which way characters move. This character is going to move north, which means east, which means they're not. Never eat sour. South is what I said. South, this character is going to move down to the roof. These 2 are going to move out, which is not actually a bad thing. This character is going to move down, this character is going to move down, and that is the situation we have now. It's going to be our turn. We're going to draw an event, and we have hurry up. Everyone's moving south this turn. Doing the enemy movement step, the enemies move 1 extra square in the same direction. So they're moving 2 squares in the same direction. So we are going to go ahead and take our turn. We're going to start with Alessandra. She has her cube over there. He's got all his cubes back and her cubes back. She's going to spend 1 action point to go ahead and synchronize. So she's going to go ahead and reveal this. This is the spoiler part of the video. If you're like, great, I really don't want to know a single thing about anything, well, tough noogies. So we're going to go ahead and reveal this tile, and we are revealing a token, which will go over here. Ooh, that's annoying. I really want the treasure chest. Whatever. And we're going to reveal a fast travel station over here. So we have a new exit point for the map, which certainly is interesting. That new exit point is very interesting, but we still have to decide. Now, you haven't seen the baddies attack yet because I've managed to stay hidden for a decent amount of time, which I'm very much appreciative of. But all good things do come to an end. The question is how, where, and why. Okay. I think we're going to go ahead. She could spend 1 action point to go up there and then there. That's 2 action points. And then they're all moving south. So I think we're going to go ahead and we are going to... See, I could go over here and land in there, which is great. But then they're going to roll a detection test against me. Do I want to take the chance? Or do I just want to spend 2... I can't risk it. I'm gonna go ahead and spend an action point to go down the tower. No. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and fall. So many decisions here. So many decisions. I think I will go ahead and drop down to the hiding spot where I am secretively hidden from baddies and hope that I do not go down. So I'm going down there over here. I'm going to roll 1 die for detection on that spot. And beautiful. We are still safe. Excellent. Okay. Then from there, I'm going to spend, that was no actions. I'm going to spend another action. Do I want to assassinate that guy? I think I may as well assassinate that guy. Take him out of the picture while I'm still right there. So I'm going to spend an action killing him, like so. And then I'm going to use my 3rd action to build up that action for next round. That is the situation over there. Alessandra's done over here. Let's keep these off out of the way. And then with Claudio over there, Claudio thinks he needs to head this way to take out this zone. Claudio has a better chance of surviving in this zone over here. Or he could take those baddies out, which means he may as well go that way. Although that means he will be rolling again. Am I willing to risk it? But otherwise, we're going to have too many baddies on the map. I don't know. Either way is a bit of a tricky situation. I think we're going to moving south this round. I'm going to go down. I'm going to go for it. So Claudio's going to go down 1. That's going to trigger a rolling of dice. We are really risking it over here. And beautiful. We can roll this again. And there we go. Bad things happened. Shouldn't have risked it. Bad things happen. Claudio is now basically visible. Effectively what happens here is we now have an alarm situation on the board. Claudio is now visible. We're going to take a red base. Normally supposed to clip these on and off. I have not been bothering to do so. I just put the red base underneath him because it's far easier. Claudio is now visible, which means we have to basically kind of make sure we take them out ASAP because otherwise, did I talk about the bad things happen part? Claudio's going to go ahead and roll an attack. He's going to roll 2 white dice using his common sword to attack them. Probably should have done Claudio first if I knew I was doing this, but whatever. Claudio's going to go ahead and roll, and we have 1 hit, 2 hits. That's going to be 2 hits. This symbol over here counts as a hit, and also has an effect based on the weapon. In this case, the effect is not relevant because I killed both of them anyway. If there's a 3rd one, they would have been pushed. So they're both dead. Claudio has spent another action to do that. Claudio could search, but he's currently He's currently going to go ahead and head down one over here so that we can activate the town crier because I don't want the reinforcements coming. So now that I've moved over here, you're going to take that token off, representing the last known place, but he's now incognito again, and we're going to spend his last action. So one was moving, and one was going to be taking his last action to activate town crier. If there are no exposed assassins or allies on this map, the town crier changes this to this and remove all of these from the map. So effectively, the way you become incognito is you move out of a square with you move into a square with nobody there and ensure that nobody is hunting you. Characters can hunt you in this game. The bad guys can hunt you, and the way that works is half of them move towards you, half of them rounded up. In fact, the way we achieve 100% sync in this mission, that's a concept in the game, the 100% sync aspect. If you're familiar with the video game, the way you do that is every mission is going to have different goals. This one is escaping from guards by climbing onto a rooftop where they can't follow you. The ladders mean they can follow you, not ladders mean they cannot. So overall, we did spend all our tokens. That's the importance of having that extra action cube, but at least we did change it back to green, which means we are spawning 3 people instead of 6. Always significantly better. Generally in this game, I have found that once you get the hunted mode, once you get the alarm going, it's not a matter of keeping the peace, it's a matter of running as fast as you can, because bad things will happen once that happens. So this is going to be over here. This is a full spot over here. So we have a full spot over here, which means nobody enters the board. You can only have 4 characters per spot. If there were any bodies, you would remove the bodies at the time and also roll for a detection test. And then we're going to go ahead and move everyone south. These people are going to move here because there's still space for them. They don't yet do a detection test. The bodies are hidden there, although there are events that will make them search for bodies. We're going to move this one down south. Oh, and we're doing double speed. Oh no! We're moving double speed. That's horrific. So after all that, I should have known better. I should have gone, should I change it? Do I want to like retcon this and say I would have gone there because of the double speed? I think I will say I would have gone there because of the double speed. It's totally cheating, but it makes sense. It's just me forgetting to do that. So these guys are going to go ahead and move here like so. And then we are going to go ahead, and the reason I would have done that is because anyways I want to get to the chest. And you're like, Alex, you're cheating on camera. It's a solo game. Nobody knows, except for you. Okay, next event card. We draw an event card over here, and we have Florence. Ooh, I love this one, but I'm not close enough to benefit. Florence is such a good one. So Florence is going to be, we don't know which direction the guards are moving. It's going to be a little random. We'll see how that plays out. But during the assassin phase, an assassin can use an action to throw Florence on a nearby square, and they will not perform any detection tests until the end of that, which is horrific because I'd much rather be here for Florence. Can I be there for Florence? I don't have parachute. That's unfortunate. But she has parachute. But she's not there. She can, okay, let's go ahead and math this out. So here's what's going on. We don't have the extra action from her. I can probably get her. We don't know which direction they're moving, which might change things, but they spawned first, which is not an issue. She needs to get here. That's what she needs to do. So she's going to spend an action point, but you have to be adjacent to throw Florence on a nearby square. So she can go 1, 2, 3, 4. It won't help. It won't help. It's unfortunate. We can't take advantage of that. So what are we doing here? We had a plan. We definitely had a plan. We are going to go ahead and do the following. We're going to have, he's going to go up here, and he's going to go ahead, and that's 1 action point. For second action point, he's going to search. He's going to search in here, which means we're going to remove the treasure token from the board. We're going to take this, which is worth an experience point. There is a leveling up system in the game. And then we're going to open chest number 3 and see what that contains, which again, potential spoilers for this part. Chest number 3, Roman armor, which we already have, so we don't really care. By the way, we didn't talk about it over here. We have Roman armor for all of here, but this does mean we have more Roman armor for whatever additional characters we want to deal with, but we're going to go ahead and put this off to the side and deal with that later. It's helpful for if we are playing a 3 or 4 assassin game, but we already have all the Roman armor we need for the 2 of us. That was less satisfying than I would like, but at least I got an experience point out of it. Then you have 2 more actions left. None of them are particularly intriguing. I think the safest thing to do is going to be to walk down 1, but we don't know which way the guards are moving. This could really mess. No, the second action point was spent searching. Third action point is going to be spent getting back our extra action for next round. So we're safe there. We should be fine no matter which direction guards move. Which brings us to her. Her. She honestly should probably climb back up to the tower, but she doesn't really want to. She could throw Florence to prevent them from doing a test for me. So what would she do? She would spend 1, 2, 3. It's tricky, but it might work. So we're going to go ahead and spend an action token in order to throw Florence on the board. They will not perform any detection tests. Then she's going to walk into that square, which is going to be 2. Then she's going to walk over here, which is 3. And because she doesn't trust the random directional nature of potentially moving south, she's going to go ahead and go here for 4. She's going to be placed in the water, and that's spending her extra action, and she is done there. Excellent. Excellent, excellent. We're still making good progress over here. The fact that I've not been detected, I mean, I was detected, but I had Town Cry. It worked out well for me. So we're going to go ahead and draw one of these characters over here on A. A is going to be over here. We're going to do 2 more on B and C. So we have, if they'll come off, B and C. B can't spawn, which is beautiful. Keep in mind, if we ever run out of miniatures, that's another way you lose the game. And then we're going to go ahead and decide which way they move by looking through halfway through the deck. You're going to flip one, and they are all moving east. Okay? So anyone who can move east will move east, which means this one character will move east. The other 3 are still protecting that objective. We're going to move east over here. We're going to move these 2. They can't move. This one's going to go ahead and move east here, and this one cannot move. Which brings us down to the next round, where we're going to draw another event, and that event is Fall of the Wall. Immediately select one small tile, excluding indoor tiles, having a wall in contact with a medium tile containing a tower. Flip this tile to its side without a wall. So we can't choose an indoor tile, but we can choose... Well, none of them are relevant then. Oh, this is not relevant. We can potentially do this one. Ooh, interesting. So we can go ahead and flip this to its non-indoor side. It says it doesn't say you may. So we're going to go ahead and flip that. That's going to be a little bit of a change. Basically, the wall collapsed down. So, yeah, that's going to happen. All characters are moving west, which means these guys are going to move that way. That is helpful to me. But it does give me another escape path potentially, but also opens the gate for them. And now it's time for us to take our actions. We have 3 actions back, 3 actions back. Claudio still got an extra action. And what are we going to do? I think this is the point in the game where we are definitely going to be triggering alerts. But I'm not comfortable with the fact that Claudio's way over there, and these guys are way over here. I don't like how that happened. Claudio could get over here and then to there. That's interesting, because you could leave the map with fast travel. Interesting. You can use a fast travel station. Is that faster, though? I don't know if it's faster. Claudio can go 1, 2... I'm not a fan of this. Not a fan of this. 1 courtesan. Place the miniature on a nearby square. That doesn't help me at all. She doesn't have the courtesans. The people have the wrong equipment. I need Claudio to have the parachutes, and I need Alessandro to have the courtesans, but that's not currently the situation we are in. Which means Alessandra is going... They're moving west. I can deal with that. Alessandra's going to go 1, 2 up here, leaving that alone. And then with her third action, she's going to prep for next round, because we will need to be prepped, because we're going to go storming this tile over here. It's going to be fun. We'll see how that goes. Claudio thinks that he needs to head on over there to help. So, Claudio getting over there. The courtesan could help. Place a miniature on a nearby square. Doing this turn, perform text test with 2 dice left on the square, but always roll 1. And they're moving west. I think Claudio's going to reluctantly go 1, 2. I may just give up an entire action point, because then I could probably kill a bunch of them. Or I could place the courtesan down and then distract them. I'm going to go ahead and do the courtesan, something like that, whatever. We're going to go ahead and require a courtesan miniature, which we have. We're going to go ahead and put her down like so. Place the miniature on a nearby square. Doing this turn, perform detection tests with 2 less. So that was 3 action tokens. 1 for the courtesan, 2 for movement. But we're going to perform a detection test with 2 less dice. So we are trying to still play as tactically as possible. And then we're going to, with our 4th action token, we're going to move in here, spending that 4th action token, which is not great because it means we are kind of in trouble if things go poorly. The good news, it means we're rolling 2 less dice, so we will only roll 1 die. And it is bad, but we do have my cape, which means I can roll again. Oh, dear Lord. Okay. This is the part where I'm like, should I edit it? Should I just edit the bad rolls? No, it is what it is. So, the alarm's going to sound. This is very bad. We spent a lot of energy and effort to have that not happen, and it still happened. We have the alarm sounding, which means we are now going to generate a whole bunch of things, and he is in trouble. You don't want to see this. Okay, we're going to be generating 1 of these over here on A, and 1 of these on C. Okay, they're all going to try to be attacking him. This is really not good. We have 3 on B and 2. Jeez. We are going to run out of crossmen very quickly. 3 on B, we can only generate 1, so we're safe there. And then 2 on D, like so. Okay, and then all crossbowmen, all units, forget crossbowmen, are going to be moving west if they can, but not if they are currently nearby to an exposed assassin. So we're going to move, this guy's going to move west, he can't. We're going to move west, we're going to move west, we can't. We're going to move west, we can't. We're going to move west, we can. And then these people are all going to target him. So this character is going to go ahead and move into the zone, because we're going to go ahead and you're limited to 4 characters, but only 4 baddies, not the allies or assassins. And then they're all going to roll dice against him. The Agile Guard rolls 2 dice, and then the regular assassins roll 1 dice for a total of 5 dice against Claudio. Claudio could theoretically die. It's less likely for him to die, but it's certainly possible. We have about a 50% chance on these dice to get hit, which means we just, whoa, solid roll over there. He's going to take 1 wound. These are going to be shields that were protected. 1 wound on Claudio, so he's down to 3 health remaining. So that part wasn't the worst, although still not great. That's going to be the round over there, and then we move to the event phase. Ladro, immediately roll 1 die for each assassin, okay? For each one, no, excuse me. So roll 1 die for each assassin for each hit, which is 1 hit. Well, I probably should have defined which one, but either way. Thief steals 1 equipment card of the player's choice from the assassin's board. Afflicted card players can use 1 to recover this card, otherwise discard it. I don't know if I care enough to spend the action point to recover it. I'm going to allow a parachute to get taken. Parachute could be useful, but we're going to go ahead and allow the parachute to get taken. Now, the good news is, there's no good news here, I don't know what I'm talking about. Parachute's gone, we have that. We have Claudio trying to escape the bad guys now, so you're going to have a chance to see how being hunted works. The courtesan can go off the board now, and now we have to choose our actions. Alessandro's going to go ahead and move in here. Now, we are expecting to be detected over here, so let's go ahead and see what happens. I'm expecting to, there's no guarantee. And whoa, yeah, definitely detected over there. So Alessandro's going to go ahead and become detected. We're going to put an exposed base on her, but we're not done yet, because we're going to go ahead and use a smoke bomb. So 1 square to move in, 1 square to activate a smoke bomb. Smoke bomb is target a nearby square. Any exposed assassin on the square becomes incognito. Okay, so she's going to become completely incognito. The base stays on the square, but she's now incognito. They cannot see her. And now that she's incognito, she can use her 2 remaining action points to accomplish the objective. So, this is fun now. This is fun. We've accomplished objectives. We've done both objectives. All we need to do is escape to either or both of the fast travel stations. Now, you may notice he does not look good over there. So, we're going to go ahead and try to escape with fast travel. So, we're going to go ahead and put the smoke bomb here. We have our tokens over here, and she's used up all her actions. He has 3 actions. So, he's going to try to escape with fast travel. Unfortunately, we have to see how to do this over here. See, the problem we have over here is the same problem we had before, which is he could use the fast travel if there were nobody on his square, but we're not entirely sure how that works. Meaning, not sure if it works. We know exactly how it works, but the problem is he can't use the fast travel if he's exposed. Now, he does have a smoke bomb as well, which might be the way to go. We have 3 actions. We can go 1, 2, which will lead to 2 assassins there. The thing I'm concerned about is these people running towards him and exposing him. So I'm a little concerned about that. It may, but he's down to 3 health. Using a smoke bomb might be the right move. It's unfortunate. I think we gotta do. The alternative is we can fight both of them. We could just fight them. He's got a little bit of health, but he could roll poorly. What are our chances on this? We have 2 fight backs. He's got 3 opportunities to fight them. I think we're gonna go ahead and fight them. We'll see how this goes out. We'll see how this plays out. So we're gonna roll 2 dice, spend 1 action first to fight, and 1 hit, 1 fight back. So we're gonna take out the most dangerous one first, and we're gonna get a fight back. And that's going to be a shield. Beautiful. Okay, we're going to do it again. Attacking again. Rolling them down. And I probably should have moved first and then fought them. I'd be fighting less people. But I'm not going to retcon that again. Once was enough. If I move there, no, I'm going to go ahead and attack. Okay, again, 1 fight back. We're going to go ahead and roll. This time we take a damage. You got to be careful. And we're going to do it 1 more time. 1 fight. We're going to go ahead and roll. And 1 fight and 1 fight back. And that means, again, we're going to roll for the black die, and it's a shield. We are safe there. So it's not the best news because we're going to have new people spawning, which means they're going to come right into our square. I think we're marginally better off than we were before, marginally being the keyword. At least there aren't a whole bunch of people. And with that, we're going to move towards spawning, where we're going to spawn bad guys over here, and we're going to spawn 2 of the dangerous ones, the little, what's it called, on A and B. B can't spawn, which is nice. I love that. That B has been clogged up the whole game. We've intentionally left it clogged up with her action over there. We have 3 of these on C, putting us exactly back in square one. This is not good. He might die. He might die. We'll see how this plays out. Probably should have used the smoke bomb, but hindsight is 20/20. We have 2 on D, and then everyone moves south who is able to move south. These people can't because there's a wall. These crossmen can. These 3 can. So here's what's interesting. They're going to roll a detection test. Doesn't matter though because there's an alarm, so we're just going to remove the dead body to make room. These people are all moving down except there's an exposed assassin, so they're all going to move into his square, and then we're going to go ahead and roll 4 attacks against him, which means unless he gets really lucky, he is now dead. Okay, so that's the way that works. Now, theoretically speaking, there is an opportunity to revive Claudio, but that opportunity to revive Claudio is only relevant if we actually had medicine, which we sadly do not. So I think, unfortunately, we may leave Claudio as captured. Tactically speaking, you can do so. It does mean that in the next mission, I will not be able to use Claudio, which will make me very sad, because I really like Claudio and his hidden blade, but I do not see an alternative here. I sadly do not see an alternative. Probably should have used a smoke bomb. Hindsight is 20/20. Unfortunate. If I had medicine, it would be a different story. But she is now going to do her thing. She already picked up the objective. She could attack if she wants to. It might be the right move because I want to achieve a certain objective. Because I want to escape from somebody. You need to escape from people using their roof. I'm torn. I need to make sure I escape. She doesn't have enough health. I think we have to kind of escape. We have to do things over here that are messy. So watch what we do. We're gonna go ahead and we're going to attacking them is not what I want to do. But in order to achieve 100% sync, which I want to achieve 100% sync, I need to escape from guards using the rooftop. In order to do that, I would have to spend 1 action attacking, 1 action fleeing, 1 action walking up here. And that would unfortunately really leave me exposed, which I don't want to happen. Or alternatively, I spend an action attacking and an action moving here and then here. Again, really, really not good. I think the only right move, there's no right move. I'm going to die here, aren't I? I could try to achieve 100% sync. Okay, we're just going to go ahead and I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 over here. We're going to call that a day. Maybe I should move 2 because we're currently moving south. I'll move 2 so I can build up that extra cube for next round. So we're taking the coward's way out. Unfortunately, not much you can do there. This would have been off the board at the end of the turn. And then we're going to go ahead and spawn bad guys. And we have one of these guys over here. We're rapidly running out of these people. I need to get out of here ASAP. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I can get out of here. I do not think I can achieve 100% sync. Nothing over here. 2 on C. Okay. And then we're going to have 1 on D over here like so. They're clogging up the board, as you can see. And then we are going to go ahead and they're all going to move south if able to, which I don't think I drew an event card. I think if I got to draw an event card, would it have mattered? Spring cleaning. You can immediately move up to 4 bodies anywhere on this map. Do not draw any equipment cards. Doesn't really matter for me. But we're going to go ahead. Well, I guess I would have because would have wanted to do so to avoid us dying from that. But then from there, we have the enemies all moving west. These 2 are going to move as far west as they can. These are going to move west. These people are going to move west, which is both good and bad. That is actually excellent. I cannot tell you how happy I am that they did that. That's really cool. So you'll see why in a second. And we're going to go ahead and... Oh, that's a little bit unfortunate. I don't like that one quite as much, but we can still make it work. These ones will move west down here. Oh, that works better. Excellent. Perfect. And these ones will not move west here. Okay. Now ready? We are about to win the game and achieve 100% sync, but Claudio is unfortunately dead and gone. I'm dead and gone. Dead and gone. I can't sing. Okay. Alessandra has 4 action points. We're going to draw an event. Hopefully this event does not mess us up. We have double or quits. Doing the any moving stuff. The enemies do not move if there was no red thingy on this turn since the beginning of the turn. Otherwise, all enemies move 1 more square in the same direction. It is not relevant. It does not matter. We are going to win. Maybe. Oh no, we might run out of bodies. I need like a 4th token. Whoa, watch this. Watch this. You'll see. Okay. So they're all moving east, which doesn't bother me. It's going to be really close to whether we lose. It's going to come down to whether these guys spawn and whether we run out of bodies. So we're going to go ahead and go 1. Okay, we're going to roll for detection. Hopefully we get detected. I cannot imagine we won't because we have their alarm. And sure enough, we have, there we go. We got that. We are now detected. We're going to place this over here. And now that we're detected, we are going to try to escape from the guards. We're going to spend a second action cube to move up onto the roof, which is very helpful because now that we're on the roof, they cannot chase us, and we've now achieved 100% sync, which is excellent. We're going to spend a third action cube moving over here and a fourth action cube moving over here, so we are effectively safe from all bad guys. The last known token of our thing is over there. That's the last place we were seen, and we now, all we have to do is ensure we do not draw a card that results in 3 crossbows being drawn, which we have to go ahead and shuffle this. So we're going to go ahead and shuffle and shuffle and shuffle and shuffle. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and draw, and we have perfect. Okay, we're going to put 1 over here on A, 1 over here on C. That's already full. C is full. We're going to have B, which is full, and D, we will have 2 more on D, and then they are going to go ahead and move. Okay, they're going to move after that, which means, what do we have in terms of movement? They are moving double, so these people will move over here. This one's going to move here. These people are going to move up here anyway because they have detection, which strictly speaking means these should have moved towards detection first. And then we're going to go ahead, and this one should have moved towards detection as well. Well, you can't actually fit them all there, which means these 2 would have moved here. These 2 would have moved here. These 2 would have moved here. 1 step closer because that double or nothing aspect. These 2 move here. These 2 move here. Geez, that's a whole lot of movement over here. Not that it matters, because at the end of the day, I now start my turn with 3 action cubes. We draw an event. Maybe the event will kill me. Time to see. We have the event, Secret Entrance. An assassin discovers a secret entrance. During this turn, once maximum, choose a canal square. That's going to be these. One assassin enter this map can move there for 2. Would have been really helpful at a different point in this game. It does not matter. At this point, Alessandro's going to spend 1 action point, leaving the map, and that is Assassin's Creed. Got to saw a little bit of everything. Got to see some combat, you got to see some death, you got to see some 100% sync, some towers, all the thingies. I did not show you before stuff, I did not talk about story. At this point, I will have unlocked a treasure for accomplishing the missions or whatnot. I'll unlock a sticker in the book, I'll be getting experience points, a whole bunch of other things outside the realm of what we are doing here. This is a mission of Assassin's Creed. I will have a review soon. I want to get a little further in the campaign, go through a few more things, encounter some of the more advanced units, but so far, what I will say is I love V-Commandos, you already know that, and this is easily better than V-Commandos. It is incredibly well done at what it's doing. I will cover it more in the actual review. I hope you enjoyed this gameplay, including that one point where I cheated a little bit, but hey, Claudio died, so I got my comeuppance anyway in that sense. Unfortunately, I will have to walk into my next mission with the equipment I gathered here, which is very nice, but without Claudio and his hidden blade ability. I'll be using an apprentice assassin for the round that Claudio was dead. You don't get to use other assassins. You have to replace the other assassins with apprentices until you're able to recapture Claudio from whatever, cell that he's being held in. Until next time, I'm Alex Radcliffe from Board Game Co. I hope you enjoyed this video. There'll be more content coming for Assassin's Creed soon, maybe I'll do more playthroughs. Let me know. Let's see, let's do it this way. If I get 1,000 likes on this video, there'll be another full playthrough. I don't typically do that many solo playthroughs, especially without reviews, but if you enjoy this and you want to see more, 1,000 likes will get another playthrough, or if I just really, really want to do another playthrough, because honestly, this game is a lot of fun. Until next time, I'm Alex Radcliffe from Board Game Co., and as always, I hope you have a good one.